Thank you, Marcus. So that is one of the beautiful things about this company. We were just having a chat just a second ago about the passion and how the leaders and owners of this company truly care about you, our clients, our customers, the ones that we get to serve with these products, and also for our people that share these products with others to expand that extraordinary company mission. Paula Scarcella is our owner, and Ben is her husband, who happens to be 16 years old. Today is Ben's birthday, February 29th. So he's had 16 official birthdays in his lifetime. Everything is made by nature. Our powerful synergistic plant formulas provide life-enhancing results without harmful ingredients found in most competitive products. Actually, I haven't found one cleaner, including many labeled organic and natural. When we were searching for a company to call a home, we probably searched over probably close to 20 different companies, and many of them had that stamp of being organic on their website, on their products. But we have some pretty good people that can read an ingredient deck and understand what's truly hidden in there to make you think it's organic, even though it's not. And Heart and Body Naturals, there was nothing that could stack up to this. In fact, one of the calls that we hosted, we had our guest speaker, Troy Monroe, on. And Troy said when he looked at these ingredients, when Coach Marcus introduced him to it, he said, our formulator is old school. She goes back to the beginning of plant medicine and therapy, and it just can't get better than that. Alexandria has over 30 years of experience in the Ayurvedic medicine, aromatherapy, herbal, and natural remedy world. She is the owner of the Brighton Institute of Botanical Studies. She is the creator of the Degenerative Disease Clinic in Mexico. She created her own herbal pharmacy. And because of her reputation globally for her formulations and her strict guidelines to pure products, she gets first harvest on the plants, herbs, and grasses that we use in our products, which means that you're getting the most potent products that we have available. There is nothing that we will ever do in the products to degrade them. They will also always be top of the line. Paula is very protective of Alexandria's reputation and loves her so dearly that she would never compromise an ingredient that would reflect poorly on Alexandria. So we have got a lot of wins going on here with Heart and Body Naturals. It's the pure plant promise. Quality ingredients begin with pure raw ingredients. Heart and Body Naturals research and development team sources potent material from all corners of the globe. And the majority of our raw ingredients are processed in a GFSI and ISO certified state-of-the-art manufacturing partner facility. And here we go. So before we go any farther, because we're going to be talking about some issues, we do have a naturopath on the call tonight, so there is a little bit of leeway there, but we still want to keep it compliant. The statements on this presentation, our websites, in any Green Organics, Heart and Body Naturals, Go to Sauna, the Detox Diva literature, or presentations have not been evaluated by the FDA. The products are not intended to diagnose, treat, prevent, cure any disease. The information on our website, in literature, and in all presentations is not intended as medical advice and is not intended to replace the relationship you have with your primary care provider. So I am so excited to bring Kay on. And you guys, first off, we need to give Kay some love in the chat. This is her first video. This is her first live conference where she has talked over the camera, and she decided that tonight was the night she was going to come out of her comfort zone and educate us. And I'm sure once you talk to her or see her on the screen tonight, you're going to understand just how innately intelligent she is when it comes to the parasites, because of the battles that she has fought with them through the years. Her hobby is the body. And she loves to study the body. She is a health coach. She has a love of all outdoor activities, lives at the base of a mountain out in Montana on 5 acres, I believe she told me. She has one daughter that's 26 and a huge lover of animals. She was involved in animal rescue for 7 years when she lived in Detroit. So I am going to go ahead and stop share. Let me do a couple things over here real quick. And let's see, did that work? Let's see. All right. So hello. Kate, thank you so much for agreeing to this. And thank you for being so brave and stepping up to, oops, there we go. Did I mute you again? I think I muted you. There we go. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so
you're
excited.
welcome.
You have got
Yeah,
just
me
a
too.
wealth of knowledge in you that people need to hear. And it's when you step out in that bravery that you make that biggest impact. So thank you very much. And so you started, well, body is your hobby, but you found out you had parasites.
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, I started having some pretty significant health issues. I think all of us have them, but we don't really pay attention until they start affecting our daily lives, right? So, I would have the brain fog, notice my memory slipping, clenching, grinding my teeth, especially in my sleep, low energy. And the biggest thing, I would eat and just feel like there was a brick in my stomach. I was not digesting my food properly. And I was in my last year of schooling. I have been fascinated with the human body since high school, and I'm 45. Always on my own, took anatomy, physiology, biology, all those classes, And so I've always been an avid reader and just kind of doing my own thing on the side. And then I finally, we moved out here to the mountains and life slowed down. I'm like, I'm going to go to school and make something out of this. And I was about a year away and my health started failing and couldn't figure it out. And, long story short, I have put a medical doctor, and I've been very fortunate to find one that's versed in parasites, but still, didn't know enough. A naturopathic physician, 8 years, same as a medical doctor, herbalist, acupuncturist in my own schooling, and we were still grasping at straws for quite a while. And then I found out, well, you have lead toxicity, glyphosates, candida, and parasites. And the biggest question I get, oh my God, where did you get parasites? Like anyone I run into, if they knew me the last year, they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, how'd you get that? Because it's a misconception. I've even went to the ER because my die-off symptoms got so bad, something we'll touch on later, detoxification pathways, huge. Everyone, where did you travel? And what no one understands is the human body. Do you have parasites? That's a topic of this, right? Yes, you do. I can tell all of you that because the human body is actually a host to 300 different worm species naturally. You all have, yeah, and 70 protozoas. We have more pathogens in our bodies than we do human cells, and we have 3 trillion human cells. So, and then besides that natural load, water, tap water, lakes, creeks, chlorinated swimming pools. Parasite eggs can actually live for 4 years in a chlorinated swimming pool. Food, undercooked meat, raw seafood, farmed seafood, person-to-person contact, your pets. They say if you have a pet, a dog or cat, you have parasites. I believe that's true. Doorknobs, railings. So you're picking up additional eggs everywhere you go, plus that natural load. So yes, you all do have parasites. What I think from all of my research, again, I'm schooled. They don't touch on this in school. I can tell you that right now. They don't. I have been to 2 different colleges of natural health. They skim it. And let's talk about your doctors, okay? Because the other big question besides, oh my God, where did you get parasites? Did you travel? Is, well, then why doesn't my doctor mention it? Or why, well, let me just tell you, this is a quote straight from the CDC. Besides the statistics of, they say 49% of Americans have at least one parasitic infection. And the word infection is important because of what I just told you. We all have that natural load. So the CDC says 49% of us have at least one infection, because they literally, there's more than one. But besides that, they also say that it is significantly underreported. So if you take a 49% and you apply your logic that is significantly underreported, what is the real number? 80, 90% of us have an infection, and they show up in all ways. There's a massive school of thought that says every single illness and disease, especially cancer, is actually caused by parasites. But this blew my mind last night preparing for this call that I found a quote by the CDC. Healthcare providers do not have sufficient knowledge to clinically identify a parasitic infection in any or all stages. So they simply just are not taught. And this is something I'm finding huge in the parasite support groups I'm in, is people go to their doctors, they're banging their head on the wall. Why isn't my doctor helping me? They're not taught, as they are about many things that are actually healthcare. They're just not taught. And they say it takes 7 to 10 fecal tests, 7 to 10, to detect an infection. And I can tell you from research unrelated to that statement, because they don't just hang out in your colon dropping eggs into your poop. They live systemically throughout your body. So there's all those factors of like, why is it not detected? Why don't I know they have them? And just a fun fact, we used to cleanse. Most other developed countries actually cleanse their families twice a year, if not 3 or 4 times, because they know. But in the United States, since our current medical system took place, they just eradicated that because it is the cause of most illness and disease. So,
and they would rather be sick.
Yeah, this is sick care in the U.S. I was trying not to go there. I'm pretty
sorry,
passionate about that. I talk about that for a week straight. It's sick care in our country. It's sick care, and this is a major component of it. Major. You can see, So we won't go there. So we all have them. The problem is when it becomes an infection. Okay. And typical symptoms of infection are brain fog, weak memory. I know for me, I was having that. My daughter was looking at me. She thought I was drinking drugs. She thought I was doing something behind the scenes, because I would talk to her and she'd be like, I told you that, or whatever, repeat myself. It's pretty bad. Anxiety, depression, fatigue, digestion issues like I had, repeated infections like you're always sick, dark circles under your eyes, headaches, skin problems, and weight issues. People always think that, if you have a parasite, you'll be so thin. Well, actually, they rob you of your nutrients. They literally steal your nutrients to thrive, and they hide in this protective biofilm that they make out of your nutrients. So if your cells aren't getting your nutrients, you're always hungry. So you're eating. So you can be overweight, but you can also be underweight. I was leaning towards overweight. I was actually about 45 pounds overweight when I first noticed my symptoms. But then as it got super bad, right before we figured it out, I'm 5'5", I got down to 110 pounds. And then while cleansing, I actually got down to 103. So yeah, it's pretty scary and it's crazy. And it's so confusing, because weight gain or weight loss, just like when you see something diarrhea or constipation, it's just crazy. So the main thing that I have found that really contributes to parasitic infections is heavy metals. And I know you mentioned talking about candida, heavy metals. So like I said, tying back, we have more pathogens than we do human cells. Most of those pathogens, parasites, candida. A lot of people don't know what candida is. It's a single cell yeast that lives in our gut, our ears, our mouth, vagina for women. And it's in check, right? It's serving a purpose. And then when we get unhealthy, it grows out of control. So that's candida. Parasites, candida, heavy metals. Heavy metals, in my opinion, are the #1 reason why the parasites become an infection. And we are being exposed to heavy metals every day. They're spraying them for climate control. Our foods, our beauty products, water, especially tap water, our dishes, cookware, mugs. I just got rid of a ton of those nice Starbucks, everywhere you go collection, all lead. They're coming at us from every angle. And so these heavy metals are amplified by EMFs. Now we have this lovely 5G. It's like an antenna for the heavy metals. So parasites actually save your life, because these heavy metals they can literally kill you. And the parasites, they're very intelligent. So one thing, like Tina and I were talking on the phone yesterday, they are actually very smart. Not only do they know when you're putting something in your body to kill them, they know that your own immune system is after them. So they will actually coat themselves in the heavy metals that we're exposed to and hide behind them from your immune system. So, they're hiding from your immune system. They're eating the heavy metals. So that's helping them grow. So heavy metals are, in my opinion, the main issue of why they are out of control. Like, why is it an issue today? Like, why are we talking about it now? Heavy metals. And not only that, it's our gut terrain. We are just so unhealthy. We're being attacked by toxins in our food, our drink, the air, like we talked about, our water. Just everything we eat and drink, we're being attacked. So I think, the biggest thing that we need to focus on is, why are we becoming infected with them, and how do we eradicate them? Mm-hmm. I talked about why. How do we eradicate them? This company's products are honestly, hands down. Another thing I was telling Tina yesterday, I am a huge critic when it comes to ingredients. I'm in so many health pages and friends and people and clients sending me, look at this, look at that. And I was like, no, I feel bad, right? Like, no. This is the only company I've ever seen products where I can't complain about anything. Mm-hmm. Literally, my only complaint, I'm not in love with stevia. I don't like the aftertaste. But even that, like, my complete powder is so amazing, I don't really taste it. So, throw that out there. Like, this company, the products are just spot on. You have to keep your terrain healthy. At the end of the day, you can do all the cleanses in the world, but what we really want is our body to shine, right? Our body is amazing. We're constantly detoxing, but it has to be fed the right nutrients, the right nutrition to do that. And so the products are just literally absolutely great for that. And I bring that up because, I've been interacting with hundreds of people. I've probably done 600 or 800 hours of research, which is like the equivalent of a bachelor's degree in parasites. And the biggest thing that people are doing wrong, it's just the lack of knowledge, understanding the human microbiome, and mostly your detox pathways. They're so important with Parasite Cleanse, but just every day, because your body, that's what you rely on. And most people don't even know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna tell you, your detox pathways, if you can remember bowls, like a bowl, bowels, urine, liver, lymph, skin. And actually there's a new school of thought that's even talking about your brain. It's the, I can't remember the name. Glympho something. It's some crazy fun name, but your brain too. So your bowels, obviously your colon, your urine, your kidneys, your liver, your lymph, your skin. It's been my experience through all this, your liver is the hardest one. It really is the most difficult one to keep flowing properly. It's the easiest one to get backed up. I mean, your skin, it's like the pores are there, you're going in good. Your kidneys, just lots of water. Your colon, if you're backed up, and you help it along. But your liver, it's amazing. Your liver is in charge of all of your digestion organs. And just to tie in, with my experience on how parasites can make you sick in ways you wouldn't think, part of my diagnostic process through all the practitioners I had was a stool map, a comprehensive stool panel. And they said that I was not creating enough pancreatic enzymes. And your enzymes are what break down your food. Your enzymes actually, all the processes, everything that happens in your body are enzymes. And they say we only have a certain number of those when we're born, and that's it. So I highly recommend enzymes with your food. But, I wasn't creating enough enzymes. And it's like, why? Why? And even with the parasite cleansing, like that is solved. It's just been amazing at what has been taken care of. But the liver is your biggest detox pathway. When parasites die, they put off a ton of heavy metals. Because like I said, they eat them, right? They're protecting you, so they're consuming them. So when they die, those metals are then expelled. They're putting off viruses, they're putting off bacteria, they're putting off poisonous gases, formaldehyde even, ammonia, which keeps us up at night, a lot of insomnia, which I also had, I don't know if I mentioned that, is actually parasites. And people ask me, well, how can I have some of these die-off symptoms if I'm not cleansing? Well, because your body, again, is a 24/7, it's fully always detoxifying naturally. But when they put these off, it's going to create more, and that's going to put a lot of burden on your liver. So you want to be supporting your liver, you want to be moving your lymph, you want to be sweating, you want to be urinating, doing all that good stuff. And then, the fulvic powder has been my biggest aid in my parasite cleansing, and the black seed oil. I don't know if all of you know, but black seed oil is actually nature's ivermectin. And ivermectin has won a Nobel Peace Prize in 2015 for saving over 3 billion lives across the planet. But there are side effects. It's it's a pharmaceutical, synthetics. Black seed oil is nature's ivermectin. I'm using that. So the parasites, candida, heavy metals, they're all intertwined. I am now on the tail end of candida cleansing, and none of my practitioners know each other. I've learned this the biggest thing. You want to get people who don't converse, so you just get the best of them. I don't know how to put this in the words, but I found that practitioners, they'll hear someone else had a theory about your health and they just go with it. So you don't want that. So my practitioners don't know about each other. Two of them both actually told me black seed oil. So that was super exciting. But some ways that I have tied in the fulvic, okay, just to share with you guys so you can educate your potential customers. Gut inflammation is huge, right? So we're talking about, this is our terrain. 70% of your immunity is in your gut. It's your immune system and your stomach acid that fights off any additional parasitic eggs that you ingest. Your immune system is so compromised by gut inflammation, and so many of us have it from these toxins. And fulvic decreases that. It increases your gut bacteria, which if you have enough healthy gut bacteria, it helps fight off these things. It boosts your immune system and cellular energy. Cellular energy and detox, we don't ever notice it, but it is like the phase 1 detox for the body. There are 3 phases, so that's huge. And then it's just a huge antioxidant. We're putting off tons of free radicals, a lot of oxidative damage every day, from the parasites, the candida, the metals, all the toxins. So it's just really good for all that.
Can we talk about those 3 phases of detoxing?
Sure. It's a little more complex than that. I'd have to get out my notes.
Okay, then we'll just keep going with your notes you have right now.
Yeah, so your liver has 3 different phases of detox. It's like behind the scenes. That's why I'd have to look at the specifics. Okay. I don't have it memorized, but I do know specifically phase 1 relies heavily on everything I read, milk thistle, dandelion, artichokes, so everything in our soul product. I've really upped that. It's helped me tremendously. I have been thrown every curveball on detoxing. I don't know why, other than I and I've not even ever said this out loud, but um, you know, I started my schooling with all this information. I'm not a creative person. Um, so I didn't know what to do with it. Like, what am I going to do, right? So I started and I graduated, and I'm just like, what am I going to do with this? And I almost think it was kind of an answer to my prayers in a way that I'm going through all this. It's like, it's been crazy, but I have been thrown like every single curveball. And I lost my train of thought. What was your, what was your question?
Well, it was about the three levels of the detox, but you were just finishing up that.
Oh, so the soul,
Yeah.
yeah. So the soul, it has just been amazing. Since I have increased that to 2 scoops per day, I have noticed a huge improvement. Oh yeah. So I found it. Um, what I was gonna say is, for me being thrown every curveball, I've just had a hell of a time detoxing. Like I've been to the yard 3 times, and that's where I got. How did you get parasites? You've been out of the country. It's like so annoying, but I've been just so jaundiced. And again, the liver is just so bogged down. And since the soul has been a cornerstone in me, like recovering from that, and with added, lemon and soul has been my like goal to go
I've
to for
been
that.
making, ever since the liver detox, I've been putting a tablespoon of olive oil, a scoop of sole, a half of an organic lemon, and a dropper of our new cayenne pepper and doing a morning shot with that. And I feel great.
Yeah, I just ordered a couple. Yeah, the cayenne, the colon support. Yeah,
Oh,
the hardest thing about the candida diet, which actually, so it's kind of crazy. They have all these different diets. So when you parasite cleanse, you're supposed to avoid this and that, and it's a whole other topic. But it's really hard. There's a lot. Your diet is very dependent on your blood type. A lot of people don't know that. I'm type A. We're meant to be vegetarians. And so all this meat, right? Candida, you can't have any sugar. And if you don't even know what has sugar in it until you have to do this diet, like beans, rice, fruit, we have no bread and pasta and sugar, but it's crazy. So all this meat has been an issue. So I'm really excited to get the colon support to see what that does.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to watch that diva call too we did with Donna
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah. I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was super impressed. So let's talk about what they should be eating. So we're going to do the liver cleanse first. If you've not done a liver cleanse, it is highly suggested that you do not do the parasite cleanse because you've got to have those detox pathways open, like she said. So on this parasite cleanse, what should they be planning on for food?
So basically, if your detox pathways are not open, you are going to feel like death, like the worst flu. So, a lot of people understand that and they skip that. So I just want to say that again. You can get rashes, severe headaches, muscle aches, pains, because your liver is backed up. You're just toxic. I've literally felt like my head is floating around the room, like not on my body. It's crazy. So you want to take this very seriously. Um, the diet, so for the parasites, the goal with everything we talked about, like you don't want to burden your system. And things like meat and dairy, which I am not, I know my blood type is a vegetarian, but I'm not. My brain isn't. I do not feel that you shouldn't eat meat. I actually feel if someone tells you to avoid any food group, you need to run the other way because it's all in moderation,
Mhm.
fit to you. But for a for a parasite cleanse, meat and dairy, they just digest so slow. And believe me, when you're cleansing, you want everything out as fast as possible. So you want to avoid as much meat as you can, maybe stick to like chicken, turkey, white fish. Make sure your seafood is wild, not farmed. Um, but white fish, chicken, turkey, things that are easy and fast to digest. They say not to do eggs. The whole thing with that is because eggs can feed a virus And when parasites die, they put off viruses that they've eaten. I haven't personally seen any problems with that. I think eggs are very nutritious, but if any of you, come across that, that's kind of, I honestly think it's more like anything, just quality. Like, what are they fed? Are they out in the sun? Things like that. You want to avoid sugar because parasites eat two things, sugar and metals. So you do want to avoid sugars. I have had the craziest sugar cravings when cleansing. Things I don't even normally like. I think it had been 2 or 3 months since I had alcohol, and I started the Parasite Cleanse, and it took everything I had in my body not to drive to the local gas station and buy freaking beer. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, my hand literally wanted to go to things in my kitchen. So when they're dying, it's crazy how powerful they are. It really is. So sugar, absolutely try to avoid. But things that are slow to digest, that hold up your digestion, because you just want everything to be like this. Everything. Just flowing.
Just flowing.
Yeah.
It's funny. My husband is on probably 12 different pharmaceuticals. He believes the medical system is there to help him. He likes that instant relief versus the time that it takes to heal, because doing it this way is not a fast approach to healing. It does take time. And like, it's full moon week, right? Every night, what do you have for treats? What do you have for treats? What do you have for treats?
Yeah. So
2 packages of orange slices the other night, and a pound of licorice and 2 yogurts.
I think I was nervous and skipped over that. So the importance of the full moon, you guys, during the full moon phase, which is 3 to 5 days before the full moon and 3 to 5 days after, our bodies make an abundance of serotonin. And we have since in the last decade or so learned that these chemicals are made in our gut. And like I mentioned earlier, the parasites live systemically throughout the body. During the full moon, they love the serotonin. They make their way down to the gut to gobble up that serotonin. It's their favorite treat, and it helps them be more mobile. So that's why it's helpful to hit them during that phase, that like 12-day window. Yeah.
Thank you for adding that in. I forgot about that part too.
I forgot.
Yeah, drives me nuts when my husband starts.
Yeah, he's a lot like mine. He's out there with his beer and his pizza. I'm fine. Like, no, you're not.
He's probably down there making himself pizza rolls right now because I work out tonight. So yeah, but okay, babe. I'm done stressing over it. I used to try to control the situation, and it's like,
I'm failing at that, so we'll have a separate talk about
we'll
that.
We'll have some marriage counseling when
And then, another thing, you guys, you pass these pathogens back and forth. So it's like, hey, get on board. I'm in so many health groups, and so often the question will come up, how do you date? Like, how do you lay a finger on somebody knowing what you know? And it's like, yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
I'll take his pathogens any day.
Oh, look at
you. Okay, so on the cleanse, we've got the Purge Tonic, we have the Fulvic, we have what else is in there? The L-Stimulate and the HEPA, I think. Is that what's all in that kit?
Yeah, HEPA is on there.
Yep, and HEPA. So we're going to use all of those. We're going to go into that more deep next week with some other guest trainers and really walk you through this Parasite Cleanse. We'll be putting together some menus to be posting in the groups to help you. And Kay, if you have any recipes that you would love to share, go ahead and send those to me too. Things that you've used. We do have. We've got Susie too, who is a nutritional chef, who she does our cooking shows for us on the Diva Calls, and I'll get some recipes from her also, so that you can have some things to choose from. But like she said, and in the past we've said, no meat, but it's good to know that we can have those easier to digest, and even like a ground turkey versus one that is, so it's already like halfway digested, really, when you eat it, I think would be the pretense on that. Anything else you want to add or that you feel like you need to cover?
That's probably mostly it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pop back over here on share screen. And while I'm closing out the call with some updates, you guys can, well, I've got the kits up here actually right now. So let me go over that, but blow up that chat and give Kay some love, not only for sharing her incredible knowledge, but for being so incredibly brave and stepping out of her comfort zone to help you and to give you the tools so that you can help educate your network, or at least give you the tools to know that you really need to do a parasite cleanse. And it all starts with the liver detox first, which we just did last weekend. We'll have one more coming up. We've got the parasite detox kit. There is a liver detox. And then thankfully we have the liver and parasite cleanse combo that will have, this doesn't show the purge tonic, but it is in there. And then I suggest adding that castor seed oil on there and that black seed oil. Black seed oil is going to take your cleanse to a whole nother level. As she said, it is the ivermectin, the natural, nature's ivermectin. So those two things, if you don't have black seed oil, I think if I had to choose between the two, I would do the black seed oil over the castor seed. So get your parasite cleanse kit. If you have enough left over for the liver cleanse, kind of reevaluate what you have. Maybe you don't need to get all of it. You know, maybe you can pick and choose and just build your own order based on what you have, but we are doing it 10 days and over the full moon. I can't remember the day. I think it starts on March 21st. So, that's how you do it. Fulvic acid and purge tonic 3 times a day for 10 days. Now, for those of you that are taking fulvic acid and are on a very small dose, and if you take more, it makes you sick, then you're going to want to cut your serving size back on that so that you can do that 3 times a day. We want to hit these guys around the clock. And flushing with water. There is nothing more important in a parasite cleanse than what you're eating so that you're flowing, and doing the water so that you're detoxing. And of course, your tea counts as that. Want to make sure that you also understand that you probably will lose weight with this. So if you have not turned in your paperwork for the 90-day Slimmer Challenge, there is a chance for you to win up to $500. I know we have 2 people in our team. One has lost 20 and one has lost, I forget how much he's lost, 24, I think. So they have made that buffer into the $4 per pound loss. Super excited for them. And then coming up directly after this, if sharing these products and helping other people feel better is something that you're passionate about, like I'm passionate about, please hop on the call at 8 p.m. Central, which is in about 20 minutes, I think, with Coach Marcus. He puts on an excellent presentation on YHBN, and it's one team, one dream, hangout.com. Go one team is the password. And Tuesday night at 7 p.m., this will be our bi-monthly call with Donna to talk about the oils. Donna is going to cover the Essential Oil of the Month Club on Tuesday, and she's going to go over prosperity. I can't remember the other oils in there. I just remember the prosperity one. But as you know, Donna is one of our favorite teachers when it comes to the essential oils. So make sure you are on that call with us Tuesday night if you would like to learn about this brilliant, intuitive collection that takes you through a journey of self-development and healing. And the essential oil, the Try Me Free product, is KB Detox. Men, come a little closer here so I can talk to you. This is something that you need to be on every single day. I've been listening to Paula talk about this and how important this oil is for you. There are so many benefits to reduce that inflammation, support a healthy prostate, may assist with stress and anxiety. And there are a lot of other things that are associated with that you really need to be on this oil, okay? So that should be a daily. I'm as passionate about talking about that now that I know more as I am about fulvic for my man. And we just want to thank you so much for being on the call tonight. Please get back with whoever shared this with you or invited you for more information. The Detox Divas, again, meet every Thursday night. Next week, we're going to go over the protocol and how to implement these products and why they're so important and why they were chosen to be a part of this. So I love that I'm ending this call at 7:44 because I'm a huge numbers girl. So with that, before the clock changes, I am going to sign off. Thank you all for coming. Have a great night. God bless.